Hey, hi, it's been a while, hasn't it? We are back, as you could see for a couple of frames there, on Death Stranding. I know it's been a while since I might as well turn off the coffee banner behind the PNG tour. Uh yeah, I know it's been a while. I know it's been a while since the last Death Stranding video, and I'm really sorry about that. It's been a while since the last anything video. The last thing I uploaded was a short on the 9th, so it's been almost 10 days since I uploaded anything. I am sorry. I am so sorry. I don't know why the accent right now. I don't know why the sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm genuinely sorry about not posting anything. I have been meaning to, but it's been hard to find the motivation. I have been dealing with really bad lumbago. Getting your energy constantly drained by a non-stopping pain that you cannot really control. It's really fucking exhausted, and I say that as a chronically ill person. Because I know what it is to have a chronic illness. I have fucking chronic migraines and they only get worse. They only get worse. But this lumbago, my god, such a fucking drain. It's been draining me out of energy and motivation to do anything. The worst part, I kinda wanted to do things. I just didn't have the like mental fortitude to get to do it. But yeah, this is more Death Stranding. What else do you want me to tell you? I kind of wanted to talk about a mini update on how I see the evolution of the year, and it really depends on how things go today because I had a an interesting job interview that I'm waiting for them to get back to me. And they are supposed to get back to me today. So I am doing this mainly as a distraction of that. Tardigrades. Oh, they are cryptobiotes, not tardigrades. Tardigrades is the real thing. But yeah, I'm doing this mostly as a distraction from trying not to think about the job interview and them getting back to me. Because I really, really, really don't want to think about that right now. But the rest of the year really like it's a bit hanging on these today on maybe the answer to this will decide how the rest of the year goes. Um, might as well deliver that lost package. Um, I also barely remember the controls of this game. Jesus. But is it all three? It's all three. Okay, I have been playing a variety of games, and my memory of the controls of Death Stranding fades real fast, especially because there is a shit ton of games that are really, really, really similar to Death Stranding, both graphics and control wise. So it's really hard to remember the controls of a game that is so similar to so many others. But yeah, no, the rest of the year kind of hangs on this interview or the answer they give me to the. So eh, I I'm looking forward to hearing back from them. Uh, it's not like it's not like the other places that if I get a no, if I get rejected, I wouldn't mind it that much because I have been job hunting for almost 2 years. I keep saying 2 years but I haven't been unemployed 2 years. I have been unemployed for a year and something, almost 2 years. But I have been saying 2 years for like half a year, which has been a lie to myself, and I have to come to terms with it. It hasn't been 2 years. I have been saying 2 years for half a year, which means that I was saying 2 years when it was only a year and a half. Fuck, it hasn't been 2 years yet. It will be 2 years on like March. Uh so I need to cut myself some slack on that regard, but at the same time, fuck, does it feel bad to not do what I want to do, to not have a fucking job. Uh because I really, really want to work. Which is the most annoying thing is that people usually just want the money. I want the money, but I also want a fucking job. Staying at my place feeling useless doesn't help me. If I won the lottery, I would study to improve myself, but I would also try to find like a part-time job because I'm not the kind of person that can stand still and do nothing. So yeah, fun. Chiral Art Studio, quantity of the cargo and the state of the cargo. Okay. There's 2 missions for that. And none of them have the premium done. I could do that. The antique cameras are gonna be a trip and a half, same as this one and that one. The film director is the shortest one, and I only have Legend, but not Legend of Legend. I could do the film director and then do the other two to the Chiral Artist. Is it the Chiral Artist? Yeah, the Chiral Artist Studio. Uh, Controversial video games? What do you mean controversial video games? What do you mean controversial video games? Is Conan O'Brien playing Conan, are you playing hentai games? Are you playing porn games, Conan? What the fuck? All war footage, materials, South Knot. Why does that have an exclamation? I always it did someone deliver lost cargo and that's why it has an exclamation? But yeah, let's do the film director, premium delivery, cargo condition and quantity. Okay. Um, do we have container repair? I think we have at least one, so it should be fine. But yeah, I have decided to cut myself some slack in regards to how I talk about being unemployed. Because yes, I am fucking unemployed, but at the same time, I have been unemployed for a while now. It's not something recent, and I need to, make my peace with it. I don't know. It's all I can fucking do. Just move on and keep looking for a job. Um, but the thing with that, and that gets really annoying, and I wish it wasn't, it's that I I want to be hopeful, and this is where the theme of the video comes in. Remember when I started the year when I said that this was the year of hope? And I was so full of fucking hope for this year, and I mean, it was fair to feel hopeful about this year for multiple reasons because it's been a good year. I cannot say it's been a bad year because it hasn't. It's been a good year. But at the same time, I have been unemployed the entire year. So not everything not everything is super like hopeful. I wish I had more like hope in regards to my job situation, but I cannot be disheartened by it either, because if I get to that desperation or disheartening point, I will be angry or give up, and I don't want to do either of those. So I need to maintain a really hard balance of hope, job wise, and it sucks. It fucking sucks, because finding a balance for that is it's awful. It's really hard. So I have been doing my best to try and be hopeful about job hunting, but the problem is that this is the first job interview I had in months, close to like half a year. I applied to a shit ton of job offers. Like, when I say a shit ton, I mean like at least 10 job offers per day when they are job offers. Because there are days that the job offers just repeat from previous days. So I cannot apply to them because I already did. And it's really disheartening. And what I want you to understand is that I know what it feels like. I have been wanting a job since I was 7 years old. I wanted a job. I wanted to run away. I wanted to live my life. I wanted to be as far away from my house and my situation as humanly possible. Fuck, when I was 14, I went to, there was a coffee shop that we used to go to buy churros for breakfast. I talked to the owner of that coffee shop, and I was like, when I turn 16, do you think I can work here? Because in Spain you can legally work as a 16-year-old, but he was like, you really don't want that. You keep studying, you keep doing your thing, and if you still need a job, I will see what we can do about that. And I never ended up getting that job at the coffee shop, because the owner changed and they closed the coffee shop. I think it reopened recently, but it's not the same owner. And it's a fucking shame, because I lost contact with the owner of that coffee shop, and he was a nice guy. He was a cool guy. Fuck, he offered me a job when I asked him when I was 14. Not only he told me to keep studying, which is probably the right answer to give to a 14-year-old, but he also told me, we will see when the time comes. When you are 16, if you are still desperate for a job and you have no other like options, maybe come talk to me and we will see what we can do. So I know what it is to want to work, and I didn't get a job until later in life. I didn't get a job until like 2018. 2018. On 2014, I was 20. On 2018, I was 24. I didn't get a job until I was 24, and I'm 30 now. And that job was doing like substitutions. Like, it wasn't even a full position. It wasn't my job. I was just covering for people that were calling in sick or getting their holidays or anything. Also, order 244, 244, Laying of Legends. Neat. I need to change this text file to a spreadsheet or something. But yeah, I didn't get a full job until after that. Like, when was it? I got my first job on 2018. I lost that job on 2020, and I got my next job as a receptionist in an apartment complex shortly after that, like after the COVID lockdown was lifted, I got the job at that apartment complex, and I worked there for like fuck, I think it was 9 months. I keep putting like a year on experience because most experience forms don't let you put less than a year, which fucking sucks because it's like, dude, I'm not going to say I have no experience when I have 9 months. Like I prefer to quote unquote lie and say that I have a year of experience rather than saying I have none, because it's so fucking ruthless. And this is one of the things that I was saying, that it's not only ruthless, the job market, but it's also super impersonal. Like most of the time, you will be interacting with like a quiz on a website or a job inter. Oh fuck! I just had the most fucking awkward and lazy job interview possible. It was an online job interview, and it was a glorified quiz because it was just a quiz. Let's be fucking honest. It was just a quiz. Uh, with a supposed person, and I'm a 90% sure that it wasn't a person. That was just, I don't want to say AI because it was too simple to be AI. It was a quiz. It was a glorified quiz with a picture of a person that pretended to type text faster than any human can, and that used random fucking memes to hello my fellow kids, the interviewees, which fucking sucks. Like everything about that job interview was awkward and unnecessary, and I it's probably the worst job interview. Fuck, that job interview was technically this month, so this one that I had last week was not really the first one in a while. The online one counts as stupid as it is. It does count. But uh, what I'm trying to say is that I know what it is to be unemployed, and I know what it is to want out of a place that is not healthy for you. Now that I'm out, I am scared shitless that my situation will like crumble because I have been fed my entire life that I'm completely useless. And sorry to get TMI here. Um, it's hard. It's really hard to get rid of the programming, and this is something that I always feel, and that I deal with a lot. Um, my favorite Marvel movie is The Winter Soldier, and The Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie. It's a comfort movie for me because I can see the pain that I have endured on someone else. And I know it's like a fucking exaggeration. I know it doesn't, like, it's not even remotely close to what Bucky felt. Because let's be fucking honest, it's not. Like, I was physically and mentally abused and verbally abused multiple times a fucking week, sometimes a day, for my entire life. Yes, did I get tortured? Like at some point, you could consider what I endured torture, but I wasn't electrocuted. I wasn't like tortured like Bucky was. But I can see that trauma. I can see that I felt like Bucky, as the Winter Soldier, represented what I had inside on the outside. That anger, that programming, and having Bucky try to get rid of it and get out of it throughout the MCU really spoke to me. Um, but I still feel like The Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU movie because it's not really about Bucky, it's about the Cap coming to terms with his quote unquote dead friend being alive and trying to bring him back and seeing what he was and what he still is inside beyond the bullshit cloud of the programming. And I wanted that to happen to me, and eventually it happened. There was people that saw through the programming. There has been people that has seen who I am for what I am and not what I have been made to be my entire life. And I really, really appreciate having those people in my life. But I still feel, especially on situations like this where I have to, like, fight my own thoughts that are not really my own. They are thoughts that were implanted on me, but they are not my own thoughts. They live in my head, but they are not my thoughts. Um, in moments like this where I have to fight those, I I do feel like the Winter Soldier is still there, and I know it's a bad coping mechanism. I always have the Winter Alphonse thing on social media, and I get a Winter Soldier picture as a profile picture and stuff like that. And it's, again, almost certainly not the most healthy thing to do. Uh, because it's me accepting and wearing the face of what I represent as my trauma as a profile picture, which is not good. Fucking BTs, Jesus Christ. Okay, let me see if I can cut the umbilical cord of this one, because this is the only one in the way. There you fucking go. But yeah, it's probably not the best coping mechanism, and I know it. I know it's not, but it's something that I do because I still struggle with my own self-image. It's not really how other people perceive me; it's how I perceive myself, and I fight it, and I try to do what I can to not perceive myself as that Winter Soldier, to not perceive myself as just the programming. I do my best to not feel that way, but I still do. I still fight it. The programming is still there. The words are still there, and that's something that I found it really funny how they represented. I don't know if they were actually representing PTSD or if they were just like it was a coincidence to how PTSD works. Um, fuck, they are all in the fucking way, aren't they? But the way it was represented, the way they said, we can help you bury the words, the sleeping agent code words, but the words are still there and we cannot get rid of it. The way they represented that, I feel that that represents me real bad, in the sense that I still feel the sleeping agent programming that I have in me. The way that I don't call myself useless, and when I do, I do it on a joking manner, and I try to not do it because I know that sometimes that joke can affect your actual mood. I try to not be like rude to myself. I try not to be uh, bad to myself in plenty of ways, because I know that that can actually affect your mood. I I have never had ego in my entire life. Like I have never been on a the few times in my life where I have said how fucking good I am at something. 90% of the time I'm just joking. I don't fully believe when I say I'm good at something. Most of the times, fucking lying. I'm just lying. I'm just joking. Even if someone else thinks I'm good, I don't believe it. I will just say it. And that's the programming. That's the fucking programming. I have been programmed to believe that none of that is true and will never be true, and I need to fight it because that's the life that I have to endure. And that's just the background for what I'm trying to tell you. It's funny and it's ironic that I'm fighting being hopeful about this job because I don't want to be hurt by the rejection of this job, when I started the year saying that this was the year of hope, and it still is. I got married and I have friends. My friends are having amazing lives and they are doing their own things, and I think it's been overall a good year. I think it's been a good year to be hopeful because it's been good on many ways. I just have been unemployed for the entire year, and that really affects to my mood in really awful ways, especially like self-worth feeling. Uh, but I find it really ironic that I'm struggling with fighting hope when I should be feeling that hope. And what I wanted to tell you is that it's probably not seasonal depression. If I have depression, is year round. I don't think it's gonna be a seasonal thing. Uh, and I don't want to diagnostic because I haven't gone to a doctor about it, but I have all the signs of depression and PTSD, and if not, eventually I will have to go to therapy, but therapy is expensive, and I don't have the money or the time for it for now. But when I actually go to that, there's going to be a lot to unpack. So, yay! What I'm trying to say is that don't trust what you, and this is the closing statement. The closing statement is don't trust how you feel at the end of the year compared to how you felt at the beginning of the year, because that's just like trusting your thoughts at 2 a.m. Trusting trusting what you feel at the end of the year, looking back and saying, "Oh, I didn't do most of what I wanted to do." Trusting what you think, "Oh, I don't feel what I wanted to feel. I'm not what I wanted to be." It's not true. And it's funny because if you look at the whole thing that companies are doing now, the wrap apps, and the Spotify wrap, the PlayStation wrap up, and same with YouTube, and so on and so on so on. A lot of them will show you things that you have forgotten about the year. Your memory is mostly about the recent events, and the good things tend to get buried into the bad things. And a lot of times there will be more silver linings than you remember, and sometimes someone or something will trigger those silver linings and you will be like, holy shit, that happened this year. So don't believe what your brain is telling you about the end of the year and how the year has been on the end of the year. If you have a journal, a physical manifestation, not even physical, like an actual trustworthy registry of what you have gone through the year or what you have done through the year, read it if it is not like too triggering, because I had a journal and I stopped having a journal because going through it was too triggering. So but yeah, if it is not too triggering, or fuck, if you have a friend, like a close friend that is really close to you, ask them what they think, or to read that journal and tell you what the silver linings were, because I can assure you that you will not remember most of them. You will not remember most of your silver linings, and that's okay. That's okay. There is still hope. Even if it feels like hope has run out, there is still hope. And that was the message that I wanted to bring. Other than reminding you that we are going to do the Rainbow Raid relay on the 28th, Saturday 28th of December. Also 2:38 Legend of Legends. But yeah, on the 28th of December, we're gonna do the Rainbow Raid Relay. It's gonna be really from the 27th to the 29th. It's gonna be 60 hours of queer streaming content. So yeah, if you need queer friendly, because most, not really most, all of the streamers that are gonna be part of that event are queer. Uh, if you need a safe space for that weekend at the end of the year, just come by and enjoy a good time with people that almost certainly will understand what you're going through. And yeah, also don't trust what your brain tells you at the end of the year, because it's almost certainly a lie. So yeah, that is my closing statement. That's my final thought for this video is hope still there. Even if you cannot feel it, even if the light has faded, it's fuel. It's fuel, and fuel burns. And you have been burning that fuel through the entire year. That's how it works. You use the fuel, and yeah, it might be running out, but you know what? You're the lamp. You're the lamp, and the lamp still works. And you can always find more fuel. So it will be fine, okay? Things will be fine. I'm saying this to you as much as I'm saying it to myself, but be be careful trusting your own thoughts at the end of the year, because you cannot trust them as much as you cannot trust your thoughts in the middle of the night. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say with this video. I know I have been rambling. I know I got a bit too personal. Uh, but I needed to get it out of my chest and do something productive, because I haven't been productive in like a week or two. I haven't been productive in 10 days. Exactly 10 days. Not a week or two, 10 days. So, yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I will see you on the Rainbow Ray Relay thing, or videos or streams or whatever I'm doing. I hope I will see you around. And thanks for watching. If you want to be on the credits like these beautiful people that are not centered. God, I hate that every time I write a different name, it moves the thing. I need to see if there's a way to anchoring that down, because it's never centered. Uh, but yeah, if you want to be on the credits like these beautiful people, Mr. Pig, Negative, Greg, Dewey, Terra, Necking, Riku, and Captain Big, just support the channel however you can, and you can do it by the ways you can find on the description. I will see you on the next stream video or whatever I'm doing. So until then, see ya.